Welcome to all in your YouTube channel NCERT e-teaching. Here today we are going to have a look on our biology laboratory Kendriya Vidyalaya INS Valsura. So we are having different type of study materials and various tools and instruments for studying biology. Nowadays, because of this COVID pandemic situation, we all are teaching online and students are studying online. But the introduction of biology laboratory is very crucial for class 11th biology as well as for class 12th biology. Although for this session the class 12th biology students have been introduced with the laboratory in their class 11th. So this is how a biology laboratory looks like. This is a overview of biology laboratory. So here we can see many charts prepared by students and many models of clay for studying various structures and topics in biology, and we are also having some study material and academic record and some tools. So this is the complete overview of biology laboratory in our school. Let's take things one by one. So first we will start from instruments. So these are the instruments which we are using in our laboratory. The first instrument is a digital weighing balance, by which we weigh things or measure chemicals for performing some biochemical experiments. Then we are having microscope to study microscopic structures and to study the internal anatomy or internal structures of plants and animals of various tissues. Then we are having some models. For example, this model is very much familiar to us because this model resembles the structure of DNA. I am not going to explain the structure of DNA here, but for your information only, you can see the twists of the DNA strands and also the hydrogen bonds beautifully designed by wires. So by having a look on these type of models, students can easily understand the concepts which are written in the textbook. Now here we can see various models of human anatomy and physiology. For example, if we take this example, this is a clay model of plant cell. So by seeing these type of models, students can also understand the microscopic structures very clearly. Now we are having several types of models. You can see the male reproductive system, the model for internal structure of skin. Then we are having one model for animal cell, and by comparing these models, students can also understand the difference between plant cell and animal cell, which is very crucial from class 8 science to class 12th biology. Now we are having some models for microscopic creatures. For example, this one is Spirogyra, the lengthy one having spiral shaped chloroplast, and this is showing the method of reproduction in yeast, which is budding. So we are having many types of models. Why we are using many types of models for studying in biology? Because nowadays we are not having specimens of dead creatures, because it is not ethical, and plus it is also banned by CBSE. So instead of that, we are using models and virtual images and videos which are serving the purpose very effectively. So now we can see this type of model. We are having this type of model for human anatomy. So by again, I am not discussing the details, but you can see that we can remove the organs also in this model, and this is how students can understand the location as well as the uh, internal structure of organs. So I am not removing the complete model, but I am showing you for my introductory students, for my class biology students, that how these models and instruments are going to help in their study of biology. This is again a weighing balance which is a old school type. So this is also very important tool for measuring things, but in digital, yes, we are having we can easily measure more accurately. Now we are having some chemicals over here, because while studying biology, while conducting the practicals for biology, we need some chemicals. For example, I can say the test for urine, test for carbohydrate, proteins and fats, and these are the chemicals which are called dyes. So these are some chemicals by which we can put colors in internal structures of plants and animals, so that we can visualize them very clearly. So if you can see the names, some names are visible here. I will read for you. Methyl blue, methylene blue, methyl orange, safranin and acetocarbamine. So these are some dyes which we use to dye plant tissues, animal tissues and DNA. Acetocarbamine is a dye for DNA and nucleus. So, and now for performing biochemical experiments, we need some glass tubes which are called test tubes. So these are test tubes. And for holding test tubes, because for some experiments we need some harsh chemicals which are called acids and bases, and for some experiments we need to heat these tubes. So we are having this type of stand which is called test tube stand. This is called test tube stand to hold these tubes when they are not in use, and we have some instruments to take care of these test tubes. For example, these are some holders. This is what we call test tube holder to pick these tubes. So I can show by picking one. You can have an idea how we pick these tubes with the help of test tube holder. So while performing experiments, we take care of ourselves also by using these instruments. Now we are having some brushes to clean these test tubes, and of course we are having some cleaning agents or cleaners for test tubes and for washing our hands, and some sanitizers for sanitizing our hands, so that we can maintain hygienic conditions in the laboratory. Now we are having some glasswares, some many instruments made up of glass. For example, I hope that many of students are aware about this, because no matter they are studying in class 7th, class 8th, class 9th, 10th or 11th, 12th biology, I know that many of students love to visit these laboratories, physics, chemistry, biology and computer science laboratories, and I am very sure that students of our Vidyalaya are very much aware about these instruments. And for purpose of example, I will take name of each and every instrument for you. So this is what we call a measuring cylinder. This is very large. So we have measuring cylinders of different sizes. For example, this measuring cylinder is having some markings. If marking are visible to you, I think they are now they are visible. Now you can measure the milliliters in milliliters. So from 10 to 20, 30, 40, 50, you can find the readings, and in 2 readings you can find 10 lines also. So you can measure 57 milliliter also, 56 milliliter also. This is something like you are able to measure the scale, and we are having very small measuring cylinder also. So when we have big ones, when we have small ones also. Why? because for some measurements we need very small quantities but accurate quantities, and for some measurements we need very large quantities. Now, this is a glass apparatus which is looking like a glass tumbler, but having some, of course, having some measurements for measuring. And if you notice, it is having beak like a bird, so we call this instrument as beaker. And of course, as measuring cylinders, we are having different sizes of beakers also. Now, these are some cotton plugs. So sometimes we need to keep some solutions in test tubes, and we need to cover them up. These are cotton plugs for that purpose. When we will perform some experiments, or when I will show you some demonstrations, you will able to understand how we use these cotton plugs. Now, we have some glass dishes. Here you can see. If we take this example, this is having a cover. Both the cover and the bottom are having deep corners made up of glass. Why we are using these glasswares? Because glass is very less reactive. It doesn't react with things, so that we can perform our experiments very easily. So these are some petri dishes or petri plates, and these are having different sizes. So now you can compare the size of these two plates. We are having petri plates of different sizes, and we are also having one slightly bowl shaped glass thing which is called watch glass. So for making slides for plants and animals, we use these watch glass for filling a little bit of water. Now we are having this glass slabs, tiny glass slabs, and all biology students know about this slab. These are called slides. So we are having slides, and we are also having a thin glass covering which is called cover slip. This is a box for cover slip. So we are having many cover slips in this box. So we are having, because for studying biology, class 11th and 12th biology students makes so many slides during their biology syllabus. Now, this glassware is called a conical flask. Again, we are having different capacities in conical flask. You can see 150 ml, 250 ml, and 500 ml. We are having different capacities, and then we are having some funnels, again made up of plastic or made up of glass. Now, here you can see some kitchenwares. You must be wondering why we are having this sieve or chalni which we use in tea. Now we are having some knives, this honey, and pestle and mortar we use for making chutneys. So these instruments we need when we need to crush things. For example, if we take example of separating chlorophyll pigments from spinach, we need these instruments. Again, while extracting DNA, we need several instruments. Even we need kitchen blender also. So I will show you gradually, slowly, when we will perform some demonstrations. Now we need some forceps, plates, scissors, and these are called cork borers for cutting and picking things up. We will be introduced of their use. I hope that many of students know how we use these things. We use forceps of different sizes to pick things up, and we use blades for cutting slides, cutting plant tissues for making slides, and here are some tubes for storing samples. If you want to store saliva, if you want to store urine for test, milk for test, we need some tubes for storing, maybe glass tubes, maybe tough plastic tubes. So these are bottles for that, and we have some droppers also. If you I think that many of you remember the test for iodine. We put some drop of iodine in the starch, soluble starch, then we see purple color. So for these things, for performing that experiment, we need some glass tubes which are called test tubes, and of course some droppers. Now, moving to the models. So we have a model of human skeleton, and this is an iconic model for my biology lab. My students love to visit, whether they are belonging from primary or secondary or senior secondary. Most of the primary students love to visit biology laboratory only for observing or having a closer look of this skeleton. So by using this model, these are models, we can make students understand complex structures in very real manner. And here one student of biology have performed a incredible task by making a geological time scale, complete geological time scale for reference of evolution. Now we are having one green board. If you want to explain some analysis, some chemicals, some calculations, we need board to teach students. And then we have a computer system. If we want to show virtual specimen to students, we have a computer system. Then we are having some books. For example, I am having my PhD thesis and a journal in which my scientific paper was published when I was a student of PhD, when I was doing research. So by using these references, I guide students for making their project for National Children's Science Congress, because those projects are miniature of research projects. These two yellow colored books are my personal copies of NCERT Biology for class 11th and for class 12th. Now we teachers are having a teacher diary. And this teacher diary is a very incredible tool for us teachers. And now I have one more thing, this file, because working in Kendriya Vidyalayas, we have some other tasks to do. We handle some departments and we assigned by our authorities some tasks. So I made this file to store those circulars, which the tasks which are assigned to me. And then I need some stationery, some tools for teaching and for performing my academic work. And now again coming back to the models. So we are having different type of models. We have seen some models before. Now we have again there are some books and models. So let me describe books once first, then I will describe the models. So I also having some good biology books, international books. These are some foreign author books. The first one is Biology by Brooker and other scientists, authors, sorry, the third edition. And this is my all-time favorite book, The Life, the Science of Biology, in its 9th edition. And they all are international editions with glossy papers and color diagrams. These books helps me a lot to understand for understanding concept for me and for my students also. Because if I understand things better, then I will definitely guide my students better. And now this is very good book for evolution. It is from Douglas Fukushima. Now we have some laboratory manuals for class 11th, class 12th, class 9th, class 10th for performing their practicals. And from time to time we are getting from our Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan many manuals for guiding our students. Then again coming back to the models. So we are having many things in biology laboratory. If I make video of each and everything, it will be a gigantic huge video. But I am trying to give a brief idea how a biology lab looks like and how it is going to help us in teaching. So this is a model for flower structure. We all are familiar that from class 6 science to 10th science, if you are a student of class 11th biology, we have studied the structure of flower several times. So this model is very helpful when I teach my secondary students how a flower looks like. And now we have some models which have detachable structures. For example, these models are for kidneys, and these have some magnetic parts which we can remove. So now you can also see the internal structure. I am not describing the structure, but you can clearly see. If you have studied life processes well in your 10th curriculum, you know the structures, the veins, arteries, the pyramids, renal pyramids, and the collecting ducts and other things. So these models help me because students are when they come in when they choose biology for class 11th, they come from class 10th and they studied all the concepts from the textbooks. Now these models make them feel the things, how the things looks like, and what will be the comparative size. This is a very complicated, sophisticated model of brain, human brain of course, and we can detach each and everything. So if we are interested in brain structure, this was a topic for class 10th science, and it is also included in our 11th biology curriculum also. So this is how we use this model. These all are having magnetic parts, so it is very easy to handle them. Now we are having, why I am describing these models a little bit, because you are interested in biology laboratory, then of course you are interested in biology. So I hope that you are having some idea of these structures. So this is how we can physically touch these models and feel that okay, how a heart looks like, or what are those chambers, how these other structures are arranged. And this is my favorite, and this is my favorite for class 8 science, class 9 science, class 11th biology. My students love this model. Why? Because you can detach each and every part of our eye, and eye is something we all are interested in, whether we are from biology or not. So again, I am not going to describe the detail, but I know many of you know the details of eye, so you can detach every part of it. So this is the lens of eye, and these are some fluids which are of course transparent. This is cornea, the color of our eye. This is cornea. So by this is a fun activity also for students if they reassemble these parts. So this is how they can learn the sequence of those parts, how they are assembled. So these models helps me a lot for generating interest also, and teaching the concepts. For example, this is a model of ear. Although it is a very big model, our ear is not that much of big, and even our eye is not that much of big, but my students love to detach the parts. See, you must have heard about the internal ear and the middle ear and the ear drum. You can see the ear drum here. So when we will proceed in our biology curriculum of class 11th biology, and of course for other classes also, I will use these models to enrich my lessons and to describe the structures as well as the functions in detail. Now these are again some models. When if you remember, I showed you the model of human skeleton. Me and my students love this model. So if we are interested in particular part, the joints, this is if you have interest in skeleton, I have a video of how to count our bones from class 6th science, and it will also going to help you in class 11th biology. So that video includes some joints. So these are some joints. This is the joint of our elbow, the humerus, and the femur, the largest bone, only part of femur, and the pelvic girdle, and this is part of our pectoral girdle and again humerus. So this is how we understand the parts. Again, we have some light microscopes also, although they are not shown here because we have now one very good microscope which uses, of course it needs electricity. So we have some old instruments also in our lab. We have some advanced instruments in our lab also, thanks to the modernization of laboratories, that we got very amazing instruments and things from Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Now we have some stored plant material. If you remember that we need to study the structure of stem and roots by cutting them and by making their slides. And again, there so many times I have said slides to study slides. We need blades to study slides. We need plant and animal tissue to study slides. What are slides and how slides looks like? So these are some boxes which are called slide boxes. This is an empty slide box. You can see empty slide box, the upper cover of slide box, and this is the lower part of slide box. Here are some segments where we can put the slides. This is how permanent slides looks like. We have two types of slides in biology laboratory. Some are permanent slides which we only observe under the microscope, and they are permanent, they do not destroy. And we have some temporary slides which we have to make by ourselves. And these slides, if you have an idea, because if you are interested in biology and if you opted biology for class 11th and 12th, I hope that you know that we have some microscopic creatures, for example bacteria, from kingdom Monera, Protozoa from kingdom Protista, fungi from kingdom fungi and algae from kingdom Plantae, as per our class 11 the NCERT textbook and as per class 9 textbook also. So this is Volvox, again an algae. So these creatures are very microscopic, and that is why we make slides of complete creature, and this slide is called whole mount, WM, whole mount. So what is written here is whole mount. I am giving a little bit of extra information because I think it is useful, and it is not making the video lengthy, so why not give something extra which is interesting. Now we are having some slides for histology. For example, the slide for human blood, slide for some muscles which may be stratified, which may be unstrated. I hope that we know from class 9th tissues, and we are going to study tissues in class 11th also. And if you are a student of class 12th biology, you already know what does this mean. So these are some tissues of humans. So previously it was complete creature in a slide because it was microscopic. Now we have some parts of human tissues to observe them in microscope. Now we are having some plant tissues, the monocot stem, dicot stem, xylem, stomata, again xylem, phloem, sclerenchyma, collenchyma, chlorenchyma. So these type of tissues we are familiar from our class 9 textbook or class 11 textbook, or if we are interested in biology, we all are familiar with these structures. So we are going to make slides like these, the temporary slides which we are going to make, and we can compare our results by observing the permanent slides. So this is how slides look like, and this is how slide box looks like. And when we put slides in a box, it will look like this. So this is how we put, because there are so many slides, I cannot show each and every slide. There are slides for each and every stage of meiosis and mitosis, which are stages of cell division. And we can put some labeling in the cover also, that these slides we are having. So if we put some effort, extra effort, then our day-to-day task is going to be very easy. So this is how a empty slide box looks like. This is how we put slides in a box and we label them, and this is how when the box is in progress. And now you can imagine that the slides which I have taken belongs to this slightly empty slide box. Now moving to other instruments, there are so many instruments. I think that these instruments are very much familiar to you. So we do not need always a microscope to observe miniature creatures and things. Sometimes we need a magnifying glass to observe things. I hope that you are getting my point. When we go for flower dissection, we need some magnifying glass, and some other microscopes are also there. They are called dissecting microscopes, so they are not as much efficient. So each and every instrument, each and every model is enriching my students our biology laboratory. And we have some washing sinks also, because when we perform experiments we need to wash our hands. When we perform experiments we need some burners, some tripod stands, fuel, matches. So we are having some spirit burners also with matchbox. And this is I hope that this instrument is all are familiar with this spoon like instrument. This is called spatula for taking powdered chemicals. For example, if I talk about yeast extract powder, sucrose, then I need spatula. And if the chemical is liquid, then we need droppers. Now finally, these charts are very helpful for me because they are designed according to my biology syllabus. So when a student visit day-to-day basis in my laboratory, by simply seeing these charts, they are able to memorize the things which are crucial for their biology syllabus. Now and then we have some list of practicals for class 11th and for class 12th biology, and this is how a biology laboratory looks like. And finally, we do some record keeping also. for you students. For example, I teach sometimes I for every session I have to teach class 11th and class 12th biology, but for some sessions I used to teach class 8th biology, 8th science. Sometimes I used to teach class 9 science, 10 science, and sometimes only one part of science. So if I teach in class 9th and 10th, sometimes I take only biology part. So I store the question papers for each class in separate files, because by studying or by analyzing the question papers, students can have an idea, because finally no matter what they are studying in academically, how they are performing the practicals, finally they have to give the examination for their performance and for their academic result, and this is going to help them a lot. So if you are studying the whole year, if you are giving your energy, and finally you are going to give the examination, you must have an idea how a examination looks like. We have some pictures of great scientists for inspiration, and you will observe each and everything. Even for microscope, our biology starts with the introduction of microscope in practical syllabus, and one student of me made a chart, very beautiful chart, by labeling very nicely each and everything. I was very lucky, I got such talented students. And finally, I have some calendars of in local language and in international language for deadlines, and we got some charts from science communities, for example Children's Science Congress. And this is how I use these tools, these books, these models, these glasswares, slides, microscopes, digital and analog weighing balance. So I am giving you again the complete view of your biology laboratory, and this laboratory you are going to get when you are coming to school. And I will demonstrate many activities by using the tools which are available in this laboratory, and of course the tools which nature has given us. So if you want to study flowers, leaves and fruits and stems and roots, we need not to be dependent every time on biology lab. And one thing I am sure that you will be missing, the specimens of biology laboratory. So CBSE and we discontinued the specimens. Why? Because previously 50 years ago, 60 years ago, or 100 years ago, when we wanted to know about the external features or the morphology of plants and animals, it was very difficult to make anybody understand.